2 months before I arrived at Ulithi, the U.S. Navy's rescue and salvage ship, the Salver, was anchored over the wreck of the Mississinewa. They planned to cut and burn their way into the overturned hull and to try and pump off all the oil that had been trapped there for over 50 years. They would perform a process known as hot tapping. They would connect heavy hoses to these tanks and pump the oil out. And the entire process of hot tapping has to take place through a system of valves and flanges that hold back the oil and keep it from leaking into the sea until they're ready to let it flow through the hoses and up into one of the 2 huge barges that were anchored at the surface alongside the Salver. By the time I arrived at the wreck site, the only evidence of the entire hot tapping activity were the access hatches re-welded back over the hull. And where the actual hot tap flanges had been, they had bolted on what looked like overturned metallic bowls to make sure that in the future, none of these access ports could be tampered with. And in the case of the Mississinewa, once the problem was identified, rather than argue about who was responsible, the Americans dealt with the problem. And by pumping out the oil, they eliminated the threat.